Hello friends, good morning. So as Nikita said, we started quite a while ago, and before we go into today and into the future, just a couple of words from my side on the past. So yeah, my name is Panu Pasanen, in case you missed it, and we are a bit over, well, just about 25 years old company now, but we were not selling a productized software in the first part of the life of the business. So we shipped first licenses around 2010 in Finland, and I was trying very hard to find when was actually the first project we were delivering LCA software for in Norway. I think it's Arkivenes Hus, if anybody knows where it is, maybe you know when it was built or when it was designed. Roughly 2013. First EPD software in Norway, 2015. Not when it was shipped, that was when we signed the first contracts, went into the new year. And obviously, 2017 was a big milestone when we made the agreement with Statsbygg, and Lars Petter and Eivind, who are also here, have been working with us and our teams to make for more sustainable built environment in the government sector. Very important also for the whole industry. Then obviously regulations move forward, and today, I think in Scandinavia, we have about 17 people. So Finland, we obviously have more on the other side of the Gulf. And we definitely remain a Nordic company at our core. From this basis, so we are today the world's largest LCA software across any industry. We work with a lot of players in the built environment, so consultants, contractors, architects, construction product manufacturers. But also in the last 1 year, we have acquired SimaPro, and we are now serving other industries as well. So we work also with chemicals, consumer goods, and other types of engineering. We have a lot of data. We have a lot of tools, a lot of different things, and we are trying very hard to make sure that you succeed in your undertakings, because obviously all of our impact is only achieved when you succeed in your project. So if you can't complete what you call your decarbonisation objectives, I mean, we didn't really accomplish much in the grand scheme of things. And our goal is to power 1 million makers of a zero carbon future. And how we ended up with the 1 million number is that there's roughly 25 million professionals in AEC industry in white-collar roles in the world, and not everybody among them can be, sustainability specialist, but one in the department has to be, give or take, just for this whole thing to work. And that's how we set for 1 million, and we're targeting to do that in the next 10 years. Let's see how it goes. I spoke with some of you in the morning, and at least one person was using SimaPro in the past. Anybody else used SimaPro ever? Yeah, couple. So obviously SimaPro is a philosophically very different platform, and why we wanted to acquire SimaPro is because Click LCA is about going fast and going for scale. SimaPro is about going deep and controlling every parameter, and we wanted to be sure that customers have a choice, and that we can bring combined approaches where you can go very deep in some parts of your business and while going for scale in other parts of the business, and make it as seamless as possible. And obviously, we also want to bring SimaPro into the cloud environment, because it's not like a desktop software. Obviously will continue to be used for a couple of years, but eventually all the software will be cloud-based. And if you know Click LCA, we don't need to mention this, but we try really hard to solve user problems, focus on usability. We invest a lot in technology and integrations with everything that you would use in your industry. And we put a lot of work in getting all the data in the world into the platform, so you don't have to search for it and add it and do things manually. And in SimaPro, it's more like a toolbox. You build whatever you like. And we are going to add on top of the SimaPro toolbox templates and models which you can drop in, which you can continue then editing, to allow you also retain the flexibility, but not to have to always build everything from scratch. So that's kind of the things that we want to do. And hopefully it can help you with some of your projects. So all in all, we have over 5,000 customers worldwide between One, Click LCA, and SimaPro. Much of it is in the industries we work with already. Some of them are your suppliers, some of them are your customers, and then others are in consumer and other sectors, obviously. Just in very few words, what's different about One Click LCA and how we approach things? So we are focusing on two things. So one of them is sustainability results. We focus really a lot in standards compliance. We don't invent the rules. I mean, AVIN and FutureBuilt writes rules, governments write rules, other people write rules, we implement them. So we try to implement everything possible. You see a lot of interesting acronyms here. We deliver sustainability data that you can trust. And on the other hand, we integrate with supply chain data and supply chain data sources, including from your own IT systems and from the IT systems of your suppliers. And we're going to be building a lot of tools and releasing a lot of tools that allow you to actually get data easier from the subcontractors and partners we work with. And finally, most of you want to grow your business, and definitely you want to run it profitably, even if you don't seek to grow it. So we are also working to deliver what you're doing in a way that's easy to understand and easy to access for your customers, and allowing you also to discover, or your customers to discover your products at the time when they are considering them if you are a manufacturer. So those are a couple of important things how we are different. And how we do that is by having, let's say, offering across the different stages of when LCA data is produced, when it's optimized and when it's analyzed, and we structure it in the stages between creating data, optimizing for sustainability, proving compliance, and finally analytics, so that we can understand what is going on in your whole business, not just individual project level, but the whole company. And finally, the same thing for EPDs. So creating the EPDs, ensuring their compliance, making sure that they reach the customers on time, and then understanding, for example, what kind of EPDs are used, when they are not used, and so on and so on. So that's how we are different. We do a lot of things. I'm not going to cover 98% of them. I just cover a couple of new things. And obviously, I do have to mention a couple of Norway-specific updates, but we will hear from these more in the coming presentation. So these are all just for you. Well, I mean, other Norwegian customers as well, to be fair. But several updates coming in the course of December, some of them going maybe into Q1. So we are updating all of our reporting tools. We have a new FutureBuilt version, transport model revisions and reference building revisions, and carbon designer 3D will finally be added with energy simulation capability. So those are kind of important things that we're doing for you. Architects, anyone? Great. So, great, let's see. Ta-da. So, Carbon Designer is obviously nice if you like boxes, but if you want to think about design in terms of aesthetics or land use or other ways, we have now, when is it going? Is tomorrow? When is it going live, Antti?
It is already live.
Oh, it's already live. Okay, well, too bad. I mean, so, okay, well. So anyway, it allows you to actually draw the shape and optimize the shape from an architectural point of view, so you can think about how would it need to look like, what do you want to achieve on the site, and this is obviously way more relevant than a shoebox building in many cases. Of course, many of the residential buildings especially are kind of simple shapes, but this allows you to think about what you're actually going to do. And this will, then of course you can have an accounting mechanism A or B, and one of them allows you to recognize it and the other one doesn't. But this allows you to very quickly come up with a way of accounting for the sustainability impacts of your actual design. Well, I guess that's clear. I will just skip to the next. Sustainable planner. Anybody doing urban design or district size projects? Not even one? Oh, 4, great, thank you. So, no. This product is in early access, so it's not commercially available yet. And what the idea is here is that if you have a site that you don't know yet what is the best way to build on the site, this allows you to actually generate different massing options and evaluate them for sustainability impact for different building categories with different set of assumptions. How does the zoning code require you to build? And that allows you to think about not just your standard shoebox, but it allows you to either draw different shapes, or in a second you'll see how it allows you to also generate a range of options. So these are manually drawn, and now it's generating with AI different kinds of massing solutions for the site to comply with the zoning rules. We don't seem to have many zoning rules in central Helsinki apparently. It's unexpected, but I guess you get the point. So this is very important because if you do massing right or wrong, you can have very different outcomes from that. Then portfolio analytics. So this is a new product. And portfolio analytics allows you to see how all of your projects perform at a glance. So you will see every project you've ever made, all the designs you have in a project, what is the per square meter carbon footprint, what's the total carbon footprint, which year were they in, how material efficient they are, and so many more indicators. And this allows you to actually see how have you been doing against your baseline and against what the reference project building actually in Norwegian terms, and your actual. But also if you have, for example, set your own target for the building category, like I want to always have offices this performance, I want to have shopping centers in this performance or whatever. This allows you to see that, and all the data you have created in the platform, you can also export it. If you, for example, have corporate greenhouse gas accounting needs, that allows you to actually pull it all out from there. And obviously it's structured based on completion year or however you want to structure it. So then you can, report it in the correct manner. Then when you look at your projects, procurement and specification is a big thing. Statsbygg will also talk about that. And in procurement and specification, you can see with the platform exactly what products, what manufacturer EPDs are being considered by your teams, what are being used by your teams. And that allows you to understand if actually your procurement policy is suboptimal, or if you need to, for example, have some kind of steering mechanism to incentivize either your customers, if you're a designer, or if you're a contractor, whether you should change something in your purchasing to change the behavior towards more sustainable procurement. Finally, if you're a manufacturer, we will also help you understand if your EPDs are used at all, and what EPDs are used. And we do have the manufacturer pages which make them publicly available, so they are all available for download, also for customers who don't pay for one Click LCA. And there's a lead generation opportunity, so if you click for ask for quote, architects and others can request for that from you. Oh. And amazing, I think I have now a couple of slides more than I actually have time for, but I just cover 2 or 3 things more. And one of them is map-based search. So obviously we are in the Nordics, we have relatively long distances and low population density. So there's some limit beyond which you don't want to bring insulation anymore. So unlikely that you want to get this link-jumping insulation for a project in Oslo, even though it would be lower carbon footprint. This allows you to think about the holistic impact, and we will also provide automated distance calculation, which obviously allows you to automatically account for the carbon footprint of transporting certain products from the factory to your project. Second to last, 5C viewer and data importer. So when we started with Statsbygg and Civitas, I think we did that with simple BIM. Well, I mean, maybe it's still what we do with you guys, but so now we have a native IFC viewer and importer, so you can just upload the IFC file up to maybe 500 mega or 1 giga, I don't remember exactly, into the platform, and you can map it visually, and you can exclude elements from it, and makes it for much easier. And lastly, plausibility checker has been revised, rebuilt based on AI to ensure that you have the highest quality data possible, because obviously, if you don't know where you are, it's very unlikely that your decarbonisation will be accurate and equally impactful. Those are a couple of new things we've made for you, and hopefully you will find those useful as well as today, and welcome also from my side. Looking forward to hearing from our colleagues at Statsbygg and from you as well. Thanks.